Hello everybody and welcome to the first round of the GT Super Endurance Championship. Today I'm alone. Because Luke Carmona, that is usually with me in the live streams, is today racing and he needs to focus, so he just can't join today, so I will be alone most likely unless some other spectator wants to join. They are free to. If they want to know, they can just poke me. Otherwise, I will be here narrating the race for you. I'm gonna also spam the live stream here. GT Super Endurance. The big series that we were expecting for this second half of the season. Second half of the year, sorry. Season 2025B. As you know, besides live streaming the event, I will be also co-hosting with Emmy, which means that I will be doing some stuff in between. I commentate, like noting what teams are gonna participate and playing with the gates and registering the teams and all that stuff that I usually do, if you remember from last season. There are some people that are expected to come, but we are not sure yet if they are coming. So far we are missing Kira Restrepo from Luke Carmona Racing and Thunderwave from Evergarden Motorsports. If they did happen to not attend in the end, the team managers will have to properly redistribute the drivers among the cars. Rao, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Rao, and welcome to the best second life racing YouTube channel. Live streams every weekend with different events. So far we see people practicing already, warming up and getting ready for the event that's to come. Tronudal, who will race again for Luke Carmona Racing in the LCR number 70. Tron that had quite a nice performance yesterday at the Proto Cup. Now we have to do the same here in the GT Super Endurance Series. Here it is, Emmy as well, who will be the main host of the event. I don't know if she will join the live stream channel, maybe later she does. Actually, I will tell her to join. Alright. He has just confirmed that Evely Onyx and Candy tomorrow will be the two drivers that will take part in the event from them. We are still now waiting for confirmation from LCR and also from Evergarden. For those that were not here for the Grid Drive livestream, there I was with Luke commentating a bit about the teams. We both agreed that the level this season has increased a lot compared to the last season. There are at least 3 teams with very, very strong lineups, the kind of winning races, and there also the other teams immediate after these big teams in first place are teams that last season could have been probably ahead of or fighting for the P3, where MD Racing ended up completing the championship. So definitely it's gonna be way harder this season to achieve higher positions in the standings. The teams will have to do their best in order to even achieve a podium. By now, not even a podium will be cheap here. Four minutes until the drivers meeting take place. We see more people here doing laps, practicing. See a lot of Alpinium cars doing laps. Of course, well, this is not Alpinium, but the colors may lead to confusion. There's just a lot of black and red cars this season between Renaissance Van Guidelmint and Alpinium. Rao Hakuro, one of the new incorporations to the series this season, joining Renaissance Van Guidelmint team. Renaissance Van Guidelmint, by the way, that will bring back to racing Nicole Dallas. Nicole Dallas will be racing again. I need to add these people to the conference. Valky, can you join the... Confirmed, Thunderwave will take place in the event. She just joined Second Life, so I'm gonna give her a TP. Test. One minute to go. Oops. Hina is dealing some issues with the boy comms, it seems. Alright, I will be doing many things at the same time, so if I'm silent for some moments, and it's time. And Kira also joins right in time. So we also confirm the lineups for the 9 cars that will take place, that will race today. Oh my gosh. So many things to do. So, Evergarden 77 with Thunderwave and Valky Skylaker. Evergarden 93 with Hina and Zenitho. Renaissance Van Widdelmin 14 with Nicole Dallas, Rau Hakuro and Ragnar Van Widdelmint. Alpinion 15 with Sam Phoenix, Vapulu and Cricri. Alpinion 55 with Arnotaurus, Nikuri and Sam Katias. His number 9 with Evely Onyx and Candy Tomorrow. LCR 60 with Jesus Crisp and Kira Restrepo. LCR 70 with Luke Carmona and Tron Udal. And MD Racing 444 with Don Romario and Mila May should be all the drivers that will participate in the event today. Emi starts talking. Hello everyone, welcome to the start of the GT Super Endurance 2025B season. It is nice to see that this series has grown since last season. We have many returning drivers and also new drivers with us today. Everyone should know the rules already, but I will go over some important ones before we start. Starting with qualifying. Alpinium is almost again covering one side of the chairs. Qualifying will be 10 minutes long. Remember that only one driver for each car can be out on track at a time during qualifying. Remember that driver swapping and pitting must be done inside your pit box. During qualifying only, if you are a two-car team, you are allowed to have both cars pitting at your pit box. Just make sure you aren't blocking other drivers. Again, this is during qualifying only. During the race, it will be a penalty. And lastly, there is no draft during qualifying. This means you should be spacing yourself out on track. There is no need to crowd other drivers. Give space. Crystal clear? Taking some pictures. I will have more to say after qualifying in the second meeting. For now, are there any questions before we start?
Okay.
We understand that's a no. Since no one has asked any question. Alright, let's prepare people for qualifying. This is good, this is good, this is good. Good, good. Count 3, 6, 7, 8. One car missing, wasn't it? One of the alpinium cars is missing. Ah, there they are. Okay. And the racing is fine. Good. Qualifying. 10 minutes. Unlimited. Has the draft disabled, correct. Qualifying starting in 30 seconds. See how some cars Nico has left some space in order to perform their laps, something that the rest of the cars have not done. Cread espacio para las vueltas de quali. Let's see how the first laps are. I don't know if we have a... Ah, yes, we have the table here with the times. So far, this first lap doesn't really count because it's the starting lap. Now we will start to see the first proper times after lap 2. For now, Evely has got P1. P5 Nikuri, P6 Sam, P3 Valky. So the current times, Evely is currently leading, followed by Nico, Valky, JC, Mila, Hina, Nikuri, and Sam Phoenix. Nikuri just got P4. JC just got P1. Let's see what Luke Carmona can do. He's not now in a hot lap. He's looking for proper space for his hot lap. There he comes. Luke about to do his hot lap now. He's currently P3, but he is trying to get P1, pole position for his team. See what he does. He's still P3, so it was not that a fast lap as he could have wished. No Vapolu. Let's see what Valky can do. Valky just got P3, but she just touched a slow zone, I believe. It is not gonna be a fast lap for her. Might it be for Mila May that came from that straight with a lot of speed. P6 for Mila May. P1 for Luke Arbona. He just got pole position. That means that JC is now P2, Evil is P3, Valky is P4, and Nico P5, followed by Mila P6, Nikuri P7, Hina P8, Sam Phoenix P9, Vapolu P10. See Evely doing laps for his Hina and Cenizo, podéis cambiaros ya. No hagáis pit, no hagáis pit. P4 for his Valky is currently P2. She's actually doing great times. Valky, harás quali hasta el final. Harás quali hasta el final. It is now Cenizo in the Evergarden 93. Trongudal now in the LCR 70. That means that we will start to see more names in the table. Also, Vapolu and Sam Phoenix. In the end, the time that will qualify the teams is the time of their fastest driver. So right now, LCR 60 would be first, followed by Evergarden 77, and would be LCR 70 first, Evergarden 77 second, and LCR 60 P3, followed by he's in P4, Renaissance Van Widdermain P5, and Evergarden 93 P6. Nicole Dallas with his alt account Empanada, trying her best to give the team a good starting position. With the middle stays P3, P6 for now. Meanwhile, Vapolu for the Alpinion 55 and for the Alpinion 15, sorry, and Arno for the Alpinion 55, trying to make the best for not being in the last positions at the moment. With Sam Phoenix now, especially the Alpinion, both Alpinions are at the moment of this comment. The last two cars on the grid. So Arno really needs to perform. We see that positions are not moving that much. Don Romario got P9 a moment ago, but the rest of the positions are not moving that much. Arno going wide there. Ooh, two drivers here colliding with each other. Remember guys, you need to give space in qualifying because fights are pointless. It is Bapolu, goes wide, touches the slow zone. Valk is following him right behind. Ragnar trying now laps for Renaissance Van Wiedelmint and Candy for his. Candy will try to give his a better starting position than the current P4, I think it is. Candy that the other day in a little test race that we had, she performed really well and was the only one capable of fighting Luke. Tomorrow still P5, followed by Zenitho, who's right now P6. And the quali has ended. Now we'll see how these cars finish their laps. P9 for Ragnar in the end. Let's see how that reflects the results. And I think that's all. Yes, that's all. Qualifying has finished. And now let's check the results. Quali results. Let's take the... Okay, yeah, okay. So starting order. It's gonna be LCR 70 will start in pole position, followed by Evergarden 77, LCR 60, his in P4, Evergarden 93 in P5, P6 for Renaissance Van Wiedelmint 14, P7 for MD Racing 444, P8 for the Alpinium 55, and P9 for the Alpinium 15. Yes, this is the starting grid. To note now how the stints will be. The order here is based on their position in in the pit lane, the garages they have. So it might change. Along the season, according to the standings. Hemi says, good job on qualifying everyone. I will now go over our race protocol, so please listen. When this meeting is over, we will do gate sign up, and then we will line up on the grid for the rolling start.
Historic Anthony Stewart.
We will have Anthony Stewart driving the safety car today. Historic Anthony Stewart. It is very important during the parade lap to stay in order and behind the safety car. Once the safety car pulls into the pit lane, the lead car will basically become the safety car and will continue along the track in slow gear until the lights turn green. When the lights turn green, all cars are then allowed to go at full speed, and then the race will start. One last very important thing about the rolling start. If you fall behind during the parade lap, you need to catch back up to the car in front of you. Your goal is to be right behind the car in front of you as you are nearing the final turn on to the SF straight. If there is a huge gap in the line of cars are out of order, the lights will not turn green and you will go around again. Are there any questions? The parade lap is part of the timed race, isn't it? The race is set to last 61 minutes. So the parad lap is that minute extra to the 60 minutes. The actual race will be 60 minutes, but of course the cars will have some fuel consumed due to that.
Little Bear last race was disqualified for
Also, as a reminder,
aggressive
penalties will
contact.
be given out of the car number. Example, 60 LCR. So keep that in mind and remember your car number. Thunder, can you hear me? Oh, sorry. This was I had the microphone off. Thunder, can you hear me? There are slow zones because there was a question: will penalties also be given for corner cutting in the corners and stuff? There are slow zones to stop track cutting, but if someone is doing it a lot, yes, it will be penalized. Do you hear me now? Sorry guys, but I was helping Thunderwave to enable voice in the viewer first place and then teaching her how to join a call. So let's start with I will create the teams first. Here. Endurance. 61 minutes. Ay. Mila May. And Don Romario joining now the gate for the MD Racing 444. Oh my god. LCR 70. Who's touching the gate? Okay. Opinion 55. Arno, Nikuri and Sam Katias should be the ones racing. Opinion 15. Bapolo Cricri and Sam Phoenix. Renaissance Bank Widalmin 14. If a team is one lap short on their strategy, can they force a second parad lap to make it farther? I mean, I don't know in what circumstances the parad lap is forced. That's a bit too Emmy's criteria. Evergarden 93. Gina Cenizo, ¿estáis ahí? Gina. Join, entra en la gate. Dale clic a la gate. Join Team y eliges el EVG 93. Dándole clic a la gate, a la línea de meta. No, detrás de mí, la línea de meta blanca Le das a ahí y ahí se llega al 93. El EVG 93. Vale, y ahora... Okay, good. List teams, let's double check. Good, 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 good. All right. Uy. I'm sorry if I'm very silent, but I am doing a lot of things. Alright, let me sit in this car. No, no, not sit first. Good, 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 good. Now, go. Seta, C, Lee. Good, good. Mila. Nikuri. Sam. Phoenix. Phoenix. Alright, everyone looks ready to go. So many cars, oh my god. Okay. Single line, remember. These cars cannot pass each other for now, only when the race starts. And the race officially starts. The hour of Anubis herd has started, and it starts with, for now, a tough battle in the first positions between Luke Carmona, Valkyskalaker, Jesus Crips, and Evely Onyx. Now we see JC and Evely fighting wheel to wheel with each other, followed very closely by Nico Dallas. Then we see how the rest of the group is falling a bit, but they are still in good positions. This is very long. Patience is important. Hina trying to make a space. Almost there. Nico and Evely fighting for position. Meanwhile, in front, the two LCR cars with the Evergarden 77 fighting each other. We see how JC and Valky are having a bit of a duel there. And these fights allow Hina to be very close to the group of 5 that are currently leading the race. Very close to her is Nikuri. And not that back from them is Milamay, the only car that seems to be to have lost the pace a bit is the Albinium 15. But so far so good. The start has been very respectful. I didn't see any relevant collision among the drivers. Everyone is performing well, and this promised to be a nice battle. What happened between Nico and Evely? I don't know, but seems that his is now in P5. Evely will need to catch up the group. And also Nico tries to take the position from Valky, and she doesn't, because Valky takes it back in the next turn. They must not fight if they want to keep the pace of the both LCR cars that are also fighting each other. JC and Luke Carmona, a rivalry, historic rivalry that now is between teammates. Luke Carmona at the moment leading the race, followed by JC very close to him, and then a bit behind of them Valky and Nico in the fight for the third position. Valky closing a bit the gap there, and very close to them are still Evely and Hina for his and for the Evergarden 93. By the way, okay, yes, it's closed. So the lead for now seems to be clear between the two LCRs, and the rest of the cars, even if quite close to each other, there starts to be a bit of a gap between them, especially Valky now creating a gap over Nico that will be fighting heavily in a very few moments. They are in fact fighting each other at the moment. Evely that's racing for his, trying to take the inner, but Nico will close it there very well. She will need to attempt in the following lap. This is very positive for Valky at the moment, who's in P3 and not having to deal with any issue because Nico and Evely are fighting each other. Ooh, Evely touches the slow zone there. That's gonna give Nico some air to be able to catch up the rest of the group. And Hina's still very close to them. More behind we have Nikuri with Alpino 55, and Mila May with MD Racing 444 in their personal fight for P7 at the moment. Mila trying to catch up Nikuri. We will see if she managed to do it before the first stop. For now, they are very close to each other. In last position for now is the Alpinium 15, at the moment driven by Sam Phoenix. Here we can see how the status between the leading group is. The two LCRs clearly ahead, followed by Valky, and behind Valky, not that far from her, but still quite close between each other, fighting for position, Nico and Evely. Nico now touches the slow zone, and Evely is actually closing a bit the gap to Valky. It is now Evely closer to Valky than Nico to Evely. Evely definitely recovered her pace, and now she is fighting for the third position in the race. Ooh, a slow zone for Evely there. That's gonna give some air to Valky. Meanwhile, Nico and Hina doing their part. Ooh, Nikuri to the slow zone. He went there alone. Now he is basically at the same, in the same spot of the race than their teammates, the Alpinion 15, and Mila just got a interesting gap over Nikuri that she will need to keep. The 2LC cars now with a clear gap over P3 and P4, who are Evely and Valky. We will see if Tronudal managed to keep the advantage that Luke creates for him, for the team, because it's gonna be very hard with the rest of the drivers involved in this fight. Very strong teams at the moment. Luke is comfortably leading the race, and JC is just following him, knowing that the second stint should be for them. He doesn't need to waste any time in pointless fights. He just needs to follow the lead, make all the advantage he can to the rest of the drivers, and fight back for the second stint. Now Evely created a gap over Valky for P3. Solid P3 at the moment for Evelion is representing his. Valky is now in P4. Nico and Hina in the fight for P5, and Hina takes the position. Hina now P5 over Nico, and now Nico takes the position back. Hina will not try to take it back. It could be a dangerous move there. The 2LC cars remain together. Evely and Valky remained a bit alone, and Nico and Hina still fighting with each other for P5. Then we have in P7 Mila May, that is ahead still of Nikuri and the Alpinion 55, but Nikuri is not that far from her. Actually, he has closed the gap, I believe. Nikuri has closed the gap to Mila. And we will start to see what happened here with JC. JC just lost the draft from Luke, which means that if he doesn't manage to catch up, might be Evely manage to take the position, or take the fight at least, if she has enough pace. Valky still not that far from Evely. They are quite close to each other, and time will tell if that is enough. In the moment, Thunder takes the place in the Evergarden 77. I have my notepad here, by the way. I cannot forget. There it is. We are starting to approach to the point where we expect the first pit stops to happen in case it is a 3-stop race, which means at minute around 45 should be the moment for these drivers to stop. Luca Arbona very close to lapping the first Alpinium car. The gap between the first four is not that much, but consistent. P5 and P6 are a bit further. These will have issues later in order to catch up. Now the critical moment of lapping the last cars. We will see who managed to deal with it. JC is already pitting. JC is pitting already. The first car to pit is gonna be the LCR 60, and Kira is taking the spot. Okay, good. He didn't cross the yellow line. We will see what plan the LCR 60 have. I need to pay attention to the pit lane because we will start to see the first pits. Here it is. The first Alpinium car to pit. Bulky box, bulky box. It's gonna be the Alpinium 15. Cricri takes the car. And also the LCR 70 from Luca Carmona. Is he gonna switch or no? Okay, good. They are all of them in place. Luke is gonna repeat. Hina box, Hina box. Thunderwave now. Alpinium 55. Everything in place. Ooh, that was almost a collision. All good. All good here as well. And MD Racing pitting as well. Everyone inside the pit boxes. No major issues. Good. Renaissance Van Widelmin as well inside the pit box. Good, no yellow line. MD Racing now. Good. Renaissance Van Wiedelmin, the last car. With this, all the cars have finished the first pit stop, which confirms it's gonna be a 3-stop race. The Alpinion 55, who's racing now? Sam Katias. Candy is racing his. Don Romario is racing the MD Racing, and Fenizo and Thunder we'll see now with the second stint for these teams, with most of them a new driver, how the race goes. For now, Luke will remain in the lead with the goal of creating the biggest gap possible for his teammate Tron to hold the rest of the race. Meanwhile, in P2, Candy tomorrow at the moment for his. Who is quite a lot of seconds behind. Kira P3 and Thunder P4. Well, this means that his ass already took one position, and it's gonna be now Thunder, the one trying to take first to lap Don Romario, and then try to fight for P2 against Kira and Candy. In P5 is gonna be Sam Katias. No, this is not P5, sorry. The Evergarden 93 and the Renaissance Van Wiedelmin are still fighting for position, even with the new driver so far. So it seems that it's gonna be a balanced team between these two. The ones right now fighting for the 5th position, if I'm not wrong. Thunderwave already takes P3. What happened to Kira? I don't know if she has an incident or something, but she has lost a lot of positions. A lot of gap, better said. A lot of gap that Kira has lost. And now the fight is in P3. P2, sorry, between Candy and Thunder. Definitely a tough battle here. Okay, from Emmy's information, Kira hit the hairpin wall, and that's why she lost such a gap. So, sadly, I think I didn't record that, or if I did, I didn't see it. Here we see the current race leader, Luke Carmona, with the goal of winning his very first GT Super Endurance race since he left me as teammate. I know it's very hard to lose me as a teammate, but look, you can do better. Meanwhile, Candy and Thunder in the fight for P2. Thunder is really close to Candy, but still with Candy has enough of a gap to feel comfortable in second position. What's certain is that both are losing time to Luke. So Luke is at the moment the driver with the best pace on track. We will have to see later if Trom is capable of keeping the pace, because if he doesn't manage, these two monsters here will try their best to catch up. Meanwhile, in P4 is Kira Restrepo, that had a bit of an incident there with the hairpin before. Here we have Zenitho and Ragnar. We see that Zenitho has already passed the Renaissance while with the mid-car and is now creating a bit of a gap. We'll see if it's enough for the Evergarden 93 to fight for higher positions, or this is the most that we will achieve. Luke Carmona, by the way, that is about to lap P6. Luke Carmona about to gap the Renaissance by Widdelmin car. Very close to achieve it. It is definitely a huge gap that Luke is creating. He is doing his best to give Tron the chance to keep the P1 and maybe get the first victory for LCR since 2023. See here also with a car in between, the Alpinion 15 lapped already for the second time with this move. Candy tomorrow is still ahead of Thunderwave. Candy proving a nice pace. It is gonna be a tough battle between these two. Both very strong teams. Here Restrepo still in P4, with Zenitho trying to close the gap as much as he can. Here we see Ragnar, bit of blocking Luke. We don't know, let's take a look to this battle here because we don't know. Okay, now Luke takes the lead ahead of Ragnar, and Ragnar should not fight back. But he does. Ragnar is fighting Luke. Luke is losing a lot of time here, fighting with Ragnar, who's really fighting, really making lose Luke a lot of time here. And I'm pretty certain that Luke will not be happy at the end of the race if his team doesn't manage to win the race after the gap that he was building. He's now patiently waiting for the moment to pass. Now he will do. No, because Ragnar fights back. Ragnar is fighting Luke. But now Luke seems to take the lead, and now it seems to be consolidated. Luke has finally managed to pass Ragnar, but the price to pay has been high. I mean, not that high actually, because there's still an increasing gap between Luke and Thunder and Candy, but these two have closed the gap between them, because now Thunder is right behind Candy, doing her best to keep the pace and bring the fight to the final stint. We see Mila May here. Oh, Don Romario, sorry. Ooh, Don Romario against the wall, and that will give the opportunity to Kira to finally lap him. Yes, Kira laps Don Romario due to that accident. By the way, MD Racing with a huge gap over the P8 at the moment. So for now they look like consolidated P7, but we'll have to see how the rest of the race goes. In the meantime, Zenitho, who's very close to being lapped by Luke as well. But Sam Katias is in between and won't make it any easy. Luke Carmona now that will have to face for the second time a fight for lapping a car. What other fights we have here? Okay, Luke has managed to pass the Alpinium and now he's going to try at least to pass Zenitho, which is a lapped car by the way. Luke Carmona, current leader of the race, with a gap of 11 seconds over P2, who is Candy Tomorrow at the moment. And Luke will not pass yet. Zenitho is giving him a bit of a fight. He knows that any time lost can be relevant at the end of the race. But Luke will take the position and Zenitho will just try for pure proud to fight him back. Yes, he does. Luke not very happy with how everyone is fighting him, even if they are not their direct rivals. But now it seems that Luke has taken the position. No, Zenitho takes the inner again. Luke is unable to pass. Ooh, the slow zone for both of them. And the gap for the second stop is about to happen. By the way, this LCR car already pitting. Thunderbox. It's gonna be Kira again. For the third stint of the LCR 60. Ooh, okay. Alpinium 15 pitting as well. Bapolu. As well as Evergarden 77. Second round of pits. Okay, good. And good. Zenitho box. Let's see if any other team pits in the next moments. There it is. Don Romario pitting for MD Racing. All good, all in position. Uy. Back, Sam. Okay, good. Pit from the Alpiniums in the Grand Pit. Penalty for Alpinium 55, Emmy. Penalty for Alpinium 55 pitting out of their box. Tronudal will now have to do his best in the last two stints. So who pits? Van Wiedelmin not yet. Alpino 55 yes. Who could do now a drive-through penalty? They have not served yet, right? Evely also. Okay, now Alpinium serving the penalty. Good. And Mila racing for MDR. Only one car missing, who is the Van Wiedelmin, who's gonna pit at the very last. No! Right against the corner of the hairpin. My god, what an accident they just had. Ragnar will have to pit right away. By the way, we have change of positions? Okay, no, now there it is. The LCR leading, followed by the Evergarden 77, and he's in third position. The gap is already quite short between the P2 and P3 compared to P1. Now here it is gonna be, where they are here. Rao, the third driver for Renaissance Van Wiedelmin. And all good here. Let's check again the positions. At the moment, this car, the LCR 70 with Tronudal, is leading the race. In second place, Valky for the Evergarden 77, and very close to them, Evelyonix for his, who's now dealing with the Renaissance by Wiedelmin car, who's giving her a bit of a fight when he shouldn't, because they are not in the same fight. Before, at the moment, is for the LCR 60. Ooh, a bit wide there, Kira. I'm really interested to see the last stint, especially between the Evergarden 77 and his, because look here, Evergarden is about to pass LCR already, and she does. Hina gives space to Valky, but Hina will not give space to LCR, I believe. Valky is now leading the race, followed by Trongudal, with Hina in between. In P5 for the other Evergarden car, very nice. Here they are. Here's that finally Everly gets rid of the Van Wiedelmint car and can assault the second position that at the moment is in the hands of Trong Udal. This traffic might be relevant at the end of the race. We will see. No one pits yet, still not in the window. We are about to see how Evelyonix tries to take P2 from Trongudal. We will see if she is able to do it in a reasonable time frame. Ooh, there they are, fighting for position. Evely versus Strong. And Evely passes Strong without any major difficulty. Evely now in second position. She is at the moment 4 seconds behind Valky. Let's see what other fights we have here. No one pits yet. Still very soon. But in around 5 minutes we should start to see the last stops. It's a bit unfortunate for the Alpinion 55, the incident in the pit lanes with the pitting outside the box, because if they had any chance to fight Mila May and Don Romario, they lost it in that very same moment. Here Restrepo, who will let JC almost collides against the hairpin again. Evely is keeping Valky's pace very well. But she will face Vapolu and Hina in between. Question is, will the LCR 60 be able to catch up the LCR 70? At the moment they are P3 and P4. Here we see Mila May for MD Racing, who are at the moment P7. And Evely just managed to pass both the Evergarden and the Alpinium car, and I think this fight here is for position between Rao and Hina, between Van Wiedelmint and Evergarden, a fight for P5. This is actually at the moment on track the most intense battle. Wheel to wheel, we will see who takes the car in the last stint, because if it's Nico, could be a very interesting duel between Nico and Zenitho. Remember that Nico and Zenitho know each other from early times, when Nico showed Zenitho for the very first time to Zenitho what racing was about. So Finder and Found could meet each other on track. But in the meantime we have a very intense fight between but very respectful fight between Rao and Hina. No stops yet, but I expect the LCR 60 to be the first one to stop. I will just keep an eye to the pit box now, because the gap for the last stop has opened and we need to know who's gonna pit and when. The standings at the moment: Evergarden 77, P1, followed by his third position for LCR 70, 4 for LCR 60, P5 Van Wiedelmint, P6 Evergarden 93, P7 MDR, P8 Alpinium 55, and P9 Alpinium 15. And the LCR 60 is the first one to stop. Bulky box, bulky box. JC is gonna take the car for the last stint. There they go. Hey, Emmy, is this out of the line? Can you check the Evergarden 77? Sorry, not for this conference, sorry. Emmy, can you check the Evergarden 77? I think that's out. Consider it out? Yes, it's considered out. It's penalty for the Evergarden 77. Penalty for the Evergarden 77 for pitting out of the box. Hina box, Hina box. Alpinium 15, pitting now. Emmy? Are you hearing me? Ah, okay. It was on the line. It's considered on the line. Alpinium going now. Ooh, no penalty. Didn't cross it completely. And no penalty for this one either. No penalty for Alpinium that was close to crossing the yellow line, but it just stepped on it. Zenith is gonna do the last stint here. We should start to see the rest of the stops. Some people are waiting actually. Here comes Mila May for Andy Racing. And Don Romario takes the car for the last stint of the team. Don Romario leaves the pit without any major incident. We should start to see now the rest of the stops. Here comes Evely spitting now. Inside the box, all good. It's gonna be the last stint for Candy tomorrow. And for the Alpinium 55, it's gonna be Nikuri. Nikuri will do the last stint for the team. Here is Krikri. All good here. All good here as well. It is only the LCR 70 pending to pit and the Van Wiedelmin as well. Here comes the final fight. It's gonna be between... Once the pit happens, I will focus the battle because we need to pay attention to the pits. Tron should pit in the next minute or two. Same for the Van Wiedelmin car. We are waiting here until Van Wiedelmin and the LCR 70 decide to pit because we need to check that they pit correctly, but they are taking their time, not in a rush. Meanwhile, Thunderwave and Candy will be the contenders for the victory. Will focus their battle once the pits are done, but they are both of them. There's not a big of a gap, so if Candy manages to close the gap, we might have a will-to-will battle in the end. And finally, Van Wiedelmint is pitting. Van Wiedelmint pits inside, all good, and it's gonna be last stint for, we don't know. For now, seems to be Rao. Rao is not jumping out of the car. It's gonna be Rao for the last stint. 30 minutes racing altogether. All good. And now we are waiting for Tron. Tron, please, pit already. 5%. How much? He wants to wait. He's gonna pit. Not, if not this lap, the following lap, but he needs to pit. JC about to pass Tron. I don't know if this is even for position, because no, it's not for position because Tron has not pit yet. Tron stays on track. He needs to stop in the very last lap. He stops in the following lap or be unpitted. Or be how would be pit now or be forever unpitted. He is pitting now with 1% fuel. Ooh, almost pits in the pit box, but he pits now, and he is obviously gonna do the last stint because Luke already used his both Tron, his both spots in the very first two stops. And we will now see, once this pit is over, the fight for the lead of the race, which is at the moment between Candy Tomorrow for his and Thunderwave for Evergarden. Tron leaving now the pit box. All pits have been completed. And now, yes, we can focus on the final fight. Where are they? JC. Thunderwave at the moment leading the race. Candy is second one for his, but she is now almost 6 seconds behind, so Thunderwave is creating a gap over Candy. His that might start the season with a second position. The reigning champions about to be defeated by the new team that debuted in GTSAE. Candy Tomorrow now 6 seconds behind. Tron Udal fighting for position against the Van Wiedelmins, and the Van Wiedelmins take P4 right now. Rao representing Van Wiedelmin is P4 and LCR70 is P5. We will see this. This is a lapped car, right? If I'm not wrong. So this one is not for position, correct? What's gonna be for position is Zenitho going to attack Tron. Zenitho can make a P5 for his team. if he managed to pass strong in the last 3 minutes of the race. A bit of a collide there. Zenitho takes the position, not in the best way, but that's valid. Zenitho now for Evergarden 93 in P5. I don't know if he will have time to reach Rao from Van Wiedelmint. Can be tomorrow. At the moment, P2, the new signing from his that has a lineup that could be perfectly the lineup that they eventually use in GP1. A very nice combination of experience with Candy and youth with Evely. Two drivers that can have a good symbiosis. I must confess that I always wanted to see Candy back to his, so I'm glad that she finally joined the team. The fight now, it's not a fight yet, because there's 1 minute to go, and I don't know if Zenitho will manage, but the other closest fight is between Van Wiedelmint in P4 and Evergarden 93 in P5. Here we could see another position switch, but it seems that it's quite secure for Van Wiedelmint at the moment. Van Wiedelmint that they reached their peak back then with Salv Markov in their team, but now they see again the light at the end of the tunnel with this very bright new incorporation to the team, Raun Hakuro, coming from the Supernova races. High quality driver, is performing really great and proving being a brilliant incorporation for the team. Last 17 seconds, and this is gonna be the last lap for Thunderwave, who's about to become, with Valky Skylaker, the winners of the Hour of Anubis Herd. Cree for Alpinion 15 finishes P9, P4 for Van Wiedelmint, P5 for Evergarden 93, P8 for Alpinion 55, LCR 70, P6, P3 for LCR 60, and P1 for Evergarden 77, followed by P2 for his and P7 for MD Racing 444. And that's it, my friends. Thunder and Valky are the first winners of the season in GT Super Endurance. Full results: P1 for Evergarden 77, P2 for his 9, P3 for LCR 60 with Luke Carmona, no, with this one is with JC and with Kira Restrepo, P4 for Van Wiedelmint 14, P5 for Evergarden 93, P6 for LCR 70, where Luke Carmona and Strong are, P7 for MDR 444, P4 for Alpinion 55, and P9 for Alpinion 15. I was still in this car. We can now I'm gonna note the results. Okay, good. We'll have now the podium ceremony. We'll have now the podium ceremony. People should come here. You can take, by the way, a beer here. If you want, I will take the Royal. Either way, it's red. Weird. I guess that's what it means to be Royal. We'll have now I'm gonna ask if anyone wants to do a post-race interview. They can come to the channel and we can talk about it. I hope I have someone coming to the voice channel. Please, someone come to a post-race interview. I know there are some people that like to talk in voice if they want. Great job on the commentary as there. It can be easy to do it alone. Thank you, Yorkie. Honestly, it was a bit of a challenge because I didn't want to sound very silent. But it's true that between doing the pit stop stuff and with my team and also the pit stop in general, controlling the pit boxes and all this stuff, I sometimes got a bit... If I was very silent, it was because I was very focused. But I'm glad that everything ran smoothly. I have recorded all the pit stops, so that's good. We have with us the two of the LCR drivers, Luke Carmona for the LCR 70 and JC for the LCR 60. Let's start with JC that finished P3 with Kira Restrepo. JC, your first podium this season. How does it feel?
I'd rather win. So, but didn't happen today. At least I got the fastest lap. I think that was the first 28-second lap I ran the entire time we were here.
True, the first lap was at 28.893 by Jesus Crisp. How about you, Luke? How was your race? We saw that you prepared the ground for Tron to try to keep the position. You made a great job in the end, but we also saw that you had to deal with some cars that didn't let them. They were not easy to lap. How were your feelings?
Well, the goal that I had was to try and make use of that open air in front of me. It's a lot better for me personally with my strategy to stay out in front rather than be a chaser, like running toward the back. Like say if we had Tron running in the first stints and then I tried to finish it off, I would rather not chase people because sure I can catch up to them, but then I have to fight them. If I run the two stints to start off, then my theory was, and it worked out, is that I don't have to fight anyone. The only people I have to pass are the slower lapped cars, and they're not going to give me much trouble. For the most part, that worked until I caught up to one of the Evergardens, who gave me quite a fight, and also one of the Whistlemine gave me a bit of a battle as well. Held me up quite a bit, but wasn't too damaging, all things considered. I didn't expect to have a spectacular finish. That's of course no fault of Tron's. We've been working with him to try and improve lap times and everything, and I'm proud of his result. We came out of it with a 6th place, and that's great. I like it. So I'm just happy that the 60 managed to pull out a top 3 after some of our own errors on that side. But I'll let you start announcing the podium.
The podium. We are now there with JC and Kira taking P3, but Kira is not here now, so.
Well, she is here, but she's got real life dealing with.
Okay, I guess. Meanwhile, P2 for his Candy Tomorrow and Evelyonics. The reigning champions, his, gets their first podium of the season. And the winners are gonna be Valky Skylaker and Thunderwave for the Evergarden 77. First victory for the team in their very first season. This is your podium of the hour of Anubis Heart. Congrats everyone for the great race today, Emi says. And that's pretty it. Any more comments you want to contribute with?
I from my perspective, I think the event went really well, so that's good. Round 1 of 7 is done and dusted.
So that's pretty much for today, everyone. Thank you for watching. Remember, next week it is the start of the GT Super Series season on Saturday at 12. Could be? Yes. Saturday at 12 and Sunday at 11. Not a series, but yes, a regular event that's gonna be the sidecars. And also, of course, on Friday, the Fast Friday race hosted by Candy Tomorrow.
This Friday is off.
It's off this Friday. Okay, then this Friday there won't be a Fast Friday, but there's gonna be a GT Super Series race and also a sidecar race. I still need to talk with JC because JC, we are going to race that one, right?
Race what?
The sidecars.
Oh, sure. I mean, yeah.
We talked about that, don't you remember?
Definitely not. But
okay, then I will have to remind you
me.
again.
Yeah, I'll be there. Wait, when is it?
Sunday at 11 a.m. Same time than today, but next Sunday.
Right on.
Alright, so that's pretty it. Thank you everyone for watching. And thank you everyone for participating. Congratulations to the podiumers and see you next week.